Okay, where to begin? I don't do a lot of these kinds of rumor mill and news videos, so bear with me here if you've been with me before. But this one was too spicy for me to pass up, and the video, the footage and stuff, and everything's a little bit rushed. I like to plan my videos more, but I had kind of had to get this out here before the whole world did. Applerski here, back with a video that took me. I was not thinking about doing a video about Prototype now or in the near future, but I woke up today and I kind of like checked my phone and I seen a Reddit post that someone was talking about a rumor of a new prototype in development. So I immediately, super groggy, started trying to research it, and the only thing I could really find was from Tom Henderson on Insider Gaming, where he kind of like backed up this rumor or leak, if you will. It was supposedly from like some sort of playtester or maybe like somebody from a focus group that got invited to Activision or something of that sort. So take it with a grain of salt, but I wouldn't write it off because like there's been people that have reported on things like this before that have been they've been correct. First of all, they're idiots because if you're invited to something as massive as this, you shouldn't be sharing it with the world. But I guess I'm glad they did, because if this is true, I will be supremely happy. I'm a huge fan of Prototype. Bought it day one. I still have my little Alex Mercer pre-order bonus, like little 6-inch figure in the package on one of my mini shelves. But anyway, this person went on to, it was kind of a two-part thing. He was talking about, this individual was talking about the next Call of Duty, how it was a follow-up to Black Ops 2, and it takes place in 20, 30 something. And the full campaign is 4-player co-op. So as a Call of Duty campaign lifer, I hope that co-op thing isn't true, because I don't feel that Call of Duty campaigns should be co-op. Kind of ruins the spectacle. Anyway, this isn't a Call of Duty video, but that's my thoughts on that. Now, what Tom Henderson said kind of backed that portion of it up, but the leaker went on to say he also heard about a new prototype in development starring Alex Mercer, set in New York City, with various abilities, such as shape-shifting and other things like that. I don't have a source to put in the video to cite, but that's the information I came across. And if this is true, I would be extremely happy, as long as it's not a simple remaster. Like, the footage you're seeing here is the PS4 version, which came out 10 years ago today. I just kind of found that out, but not 10 years ago today, but 10 years ago this year. Which we don't need. We don't need another remaster. Like, I guess I would take it, but that's not what we need. As far as Prototype fans, I would go. A sequel, I think, is a bit of a stretch. I don't even remember the ending of 2. I remember the gameplay of that being good. I haven't not played it in years. I played it one time. The story was very weak from what I remember. So, and it's been so long, a third game seems kind of like, why would you do a third game? Because we're like a whole generation and a half of gamers that probably have never even played or heard of Prototype, right? So I would think and hope that it's either a remake or a reboot. And when I say either, I mean the lines of those are very like close together, depending on how far away you go as a reboot, right? So like, if it is a reboot, I would want them to at least try to keep the story relatively the same, because I feel like the story is great and it still holds up today. Next thing is, can you imagine if it's a remake or a reboot and how good it could look? Like, this is like the cinematic opening of the game. It could look just as good as this, if not probably better, because this isn't like 4K. But the world being this detailed, the movements being that cinematic, it kind of reminds me of like, what comes to mind if they were to remake this game with modern, like a modern engine, modern graphics. I'm thinking, you know, Call of Duty, like how good their graphics are, right? Because it's Activision, but like maybe not quite as good because it will be like open world. It's set in New York, right? So I'm thinking like Spider-Man 2. It gives me Spider-Man 2 vibes because when I played Spider-Man 2, I was immediately like thought of Prototype, like how Spider-Man moves throughout the city, quickly vaulting over objects and things of that nature. And when the Venom scene happened, I was like, okay, like they directly were inspired by Prototype. They had to be, because it was like so similar to the core gameplay of this, even though it was a linear segment. So if this is true, and I'm going to stick to my guns here, as much as a Marvel fan as I am, I don't think a Venom game works. I just don't. Like, if it's an open world game, like what are you going to do? You run around as Venom all the time and just everyone's terrified and running away? Well, this game is like a perfect blueprint for a Venom game, and that's what I thought of, you know, when the leak happened about the Venom game, like the slower moments and actually being able to like walk through the streets. You know, I was thinking, well, they could take the Prototype approach and have you like take the symbiote suit off if you're Eddie Brock, hopefully. But anyways, enough on that. This game would absolutely look phenomenal as a remake or a reboot, and I just hope they keep the story self-contained and like it was, and bring back Joey Pepper, Barry Pepper as the voice of Alex. That's a must. If you can get him to come back as Alex, I think it'd be really great. But I mean, look at that. Like, what does that remind you of? Like symbiote ability, right? So, anyways, let me know what you guys think of this possible rumor. What you would like to see from it. Let's just throw out remaster, because I really hope that's not what it is. Because we already have that, and it's relatively cheap. You can still get it on your PS5, on your PC, whatever. And it looks great. This is it right here. Look at the shadows, the slower moments of New York City. But yeah, let me know. Like, comment, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys on the next video.
The last person responsible for all of this dies tonight.
If we make it out of here, you think you're ready?
I was made for this.